Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so you don't miss when I post. Today I want to talk about the new change that took place as of October 6th here in Canada, which doesn't affect Quebec. If you haven't heard already, businesses and retailers can now charge their consumers or end users interchange, surcharge, or swipe fees, or even simply credit card fees anytime they use their credit card. So what that entails is anytime you purchase something or a service or using your credit card to pay for bills, you may be charged with credit card fees. That credit card fee can be a lot or can be very little, depending on your credit card. So the average is 1.4%. The cap is set at 2.4%. So for instance, let's say I spend $100 and the cap is at 2.4%. That's $2.40. Say I spend for $1,000 and that cap is 2.4%. So that means $24. That's a lot of money. $24 I wasn't paying before October 6th. Now I am paying $24 extra. It's a lot of money when you put it that way, right? That was just one transaction, right? It builds up one transaction over another, right? So you might think, how do they come up with these rates? Like the average I said was 1.4%, but the maximum is 2.4%. Well, the answer to that question is it depends on your credit card. The better the credit card you have in terms of, the more points you get per purchase or transaction, whatever, or the better rewards you get, the higher credit card fees you're going to be charged with, right? Which makes sense, right? Say for a card like American Express, a card that you get a lot of travel points with, right? You're going to be charged with a lot of credit card fees. But the maximum is set at 2.4%. Some people are going to say, oh, I'm just going to use cash or debit. Sure, you can do that. But whenever you use a credit card, you're getting the points, the rewards, and you're building your credit score. With a debit card, you're not doing that, right? And that's why debit cards are cheaper for the business as opposed to credit cards. And that's why now, especially after the pandemic where restaurants, right, they were paying for consumers like myself where I always use my credit card. So it was more expensive for them for my services as opposed to another person who is just paying through cash or debit card. This doesn't change Visa debit or debit MasterCard because those are debit cards. This change only affects credit cards such as Visa and MasterCard. So we've heard so far companies like LCBO and Costco aren't charging their consumers credit card fees. They're absorbing it themselves. Whereas TELUS is charging consumers if they use a credit card to pay their bills. Now, this is a couple of days ago where it took effect. As of October 6th is when companies can charge consumers, right? So the rule is if any company decides or business decides to say, oh, I'm going to charge my consumers, right? They need to have a 30-day notice to tell their Visa or MasterCard, hey, I'm going to get my consumers to pay for this. I'm not paying for this anymore, right? But I also want to point out that not all businesses and retailers are like, LCBO and Costco are going through that route. Like TELUS, it all depends on the business and retailers themselves. But for me personally, if one retailer is similar to the other, and I can find the same products, one charges, one doesn't, I'm most likely going to take my money to that business where they don't charge me that credit card fee. Because I always use my credit card, no matter where. Like, if I go to dollar store, I'm going to use my credit card. Like, I'm one of those very few people that I always use my credit card. I don't carry cash. I sometimes don't even carry my debit card. I always use my credit card. The reason for that, again, for the points, the rewards, and building my credit score. That's very important for me. And now, after October 6th, my thought process, again, if I was put in that position, I would choose a place where they don't charge me credit card fees. But if it's even playing field, everyone is charging me, I'm going to use my credit card. I am okay to pay, unfortunately, say $24. I'm just gonna have to suck it up because at the end of the day, it's my long-term thought process where in the long term, I'm thinking, okay, it's helping me build my credit score. I can get that better rate for say that car loan, that mortgage. It pays dividends, unlike using my debit card, which it's not helping me build that credit score. So it's not providing much value. And that's why I will always stick with credit cards. And plus I'm borrowing money. I don't have to pay for 30 days. So I can use that money elsewhere, right? I'm someone who, if I use a credit card, I know I can pay that at the end of the month. I'm not someone who pays a portion of the minimum balance. I know I can pay that balance. So at a young age, I've always used my credit card. I'm told not to use my credit card, even using at a dollar store for like $2, but I always use it. The reason for that is for my credit score. I understand the concept that having an excellent, like the 800 plus credit score is imperative. It's important in today's day and age. And some people I know who don't use a credit card. They'd rather use cash. They'd rather use debit. And there's people who don't even have a credit card. You're missing out, and they will understand it sooner than later. And sometimes, unfortunately, when they're buying their first house or buying their first car, they will understand and they will soon realize, oh, damn, I should have started when I was 18, 19, right? When I had student loans, when I had, books to pay tuition, stuff like that, which really helped, right? Because those were very expensive at that time and still are today, right? Whereas cash, you're not doing anything. And I've seen at grocery store, like when you go to Costco, people spending like $400, $500 through cash. Like, just say, okay, forget about the credit score for that point. But you're getting cash back, points, rewards, stuff. Why not take advantage of that? That's what I can't accept. I don't know why people do what they do, but they feel comfortable using cash. They feel comfortable using debit because, oh, if I use my credit card, what if I don't pay? I don't want to affect my credit score. Maybe that's the rationale, and I've heard that rationale, but you're managing money, right? If credit cards can help you in the short term, as in terms of borrowing money for 30 days and then you pay it off, or in the long term, we're helping build that credit score to get that lower interest rate for a house or that car loan, it's very, very imperative. And I hope this video helps and gives you an idea of what's going on with the new change where, like I mentioned, we have to pay for credit card fees, unfortunately. With just the market, the economy it is right now, interest is high, right? Everything is so expensive. And that's another thing that is hurting us, where we now have to dig deeper in our pockets to pay for something that was maybe cheaper back then. And say everything's the same, but now we have to pay extra for that credit card fee, right? Again, from saying $100 is $2.40 to $1,024. It adds up. And yeah, I hope this video kind of gives you a better understanding. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below or reach out to me. I'm here to help you out. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.